Right, Sean, Katie, Sean.
The traffic lights. They're just out there.
That's really annoying, isn't it?
I can't even have noticed that
No,
before.
I've normally got my gigantic fan blown. Katie, what in the Luke Skywalker happened in the last episode? Which episode are we on? 3.
Oh,
3.
yeah.
We're on 3, aren't we?
Episode 3, yeah.
What happened in the what in the what did I say? What in the Shmee Skywalker happened in the last episode?
They went. Oh, what was the planet called? I shouldn't try with her name.
Oleg.
Oleg? Is that where the Jedi was? The Jedi temple.
I don't know. I think it was Oleg. That might have been it, because there was a character in Saints Row 3 that I'm pretty sure was called Oleg, and it reminded
They got called. Saul got called to go and investigate a potential assassination of a Jedi Master in a local temple on a planet.
Yep. Called Olega.
Potentially Olega, yeah, if we're right.
It was Oleg something.
That obviously matched Mae's description, so they went and they found out that Mae is attacking. She's going after 4 Jedi Masters, all of which that were on the planet
Braga.
Brandok.
Brandok. What did I say?
Braga.
I'm pretty sure I said Brandok. Right,
Okay.
keep going.
That was on Brandok when her family was killed. The fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mae blames them, like they're somehow involved. I don't know why, but the Master, he did accept the poison that she got from it, didn't she?
Yeah, I said forgiven.
Yeah, because something happened. But I don't
Something
know
definitely happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tried to get to him, and he
Like a force barrier.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
He hadn't talked for 10 years. He must have just been meditating for that long.
Should have been a hell of a dream.
Cool. We saw someone that helped her with the poison. We don't know about him.
Yeah.
Anything about him, really, do we?
No, he just seems a bit like a smuggler of sorts. He gave her the poison, but then he also spoke to her quite strangely.
He knows who her master is, and a part of me thinks is the reveal going to be that he's
the master. Yeah.
Seems very.
Be interesting, wouldn't it?
Seems like the obvious thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't want him to know information, so he's posing as a friend that she can confide in to know the information that he needs.
Also
to know.
puts him at the core. He's right in there, right in the front line.
Yeah.
What if that? I'll say this now. If it does happen to be him, because it might be. I mean, it's it's a good theory. If it does happen to be him, I won't hate it, because the Jedi spoke to him, and if he is, he's good at deceiving, which
it's what they
key.
need.
It's key for the Sith at this point. If he is a Sith, we don't know if he's a Sith.
What else?
Saul and Mae.
Saul and Mae had a confrontation. He didn't ignite his lightsaber, did he?
Mm-mm.
She said that she had one of the masters she has to kill without a weapon.
Without a weapon.
And Saul just completely
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah. She couldn't really get close to him, could she? So she got away. What else?
Mae and Osha saw each other.
Oh yeah, Osha tried to shoot at her, didn't she? But she
Because
missed.
Mae didn't know that Osha was still alive. Which is strange.
Yeah.
It's strange. But then she's going to a planet. She's going to a planet to find a Wookiee.
That's right, the other master's a Wookiee. I can't
Kill
remember.
Naka.
Was that his name?
Something like that.
Are you sure?
I don't think it's Kill Naka, because Naka sounds like testicle. So I think it's Kill Naka.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to pronounce it anyway. Otherwise I'll just call him the Wookiee who kills testicles.
On that note, is that everything?
I think so. I think we did a good job. Yeah. That's episode 3? Is this episode 3? Yeah. Episode 3, let's watch. Do you remember everyone's names? What's the other Jedi called?
Which one?
The sort of stick in the mud.
The guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yord.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm getting better.
Yeah. Took us only 3 episodes to get everyone's names. Half of them are dying. Well, I assume half of them are going to die.
Ever the optimist. Brent Doc.
Oh, we're going to get some context. Exposition. Ugh. Weird alien birds. Strange.
I wonder if that's Mae.
Mae, how did you know I was here? When I can't find you, I look here. I don't want to do the ascension. It's just a ceremony. Besides,
The Ascension.
we'll do it together. Come on.
Interesting.
Can we stay here a little longer? Let's go home.
So Mae was a bit
You're
more
with me?
adept with the
I'm
Force,
with you.
maybe?
I mean,
Oh,
Osha
shoot.
was also using the Force.
There will be consequences for breaking the rules.
It isn't fair. I'm old enough to go outside the fortress walls.
The
Is
rules
she-
are for your safety.
Is she a Zabrak?
Now, come with me.
That's cool.
Quickly.
I love a good Zabrak. You know, like Darth Maul.
Oh.
Hey, young Saul. Yeah, Darth Maul's a Zabrak. So is Savage. They're awesome. There's something we should have said in the intro, but I've forgotten about it. I'll have to say it at the end. Stay tuned for the end. Oh, look. 2 moons. Are they moons or were they suns? I don't know. There were 2 somethings.
After the ascension ceremony.
Is...
have some spice creams.
Mama!
This might seem like a really sexist thing for me to say. Is there any men?
Sweet girls must have sweet treats.
I don't know.
I don't think I saw a single
Be
man.
in the common room for your training session.
Mother on the sand.
Mother what? What did she say?
They left the fortress again.
Anastasia. Anastasia?
Sounds like something like that.
Did anyone see them? You want to say something? Speak your mind, Coral.
Okay, so space witches.
As our leader, I've always deferred to you. The twins are not normal children.
I'll say it now. We haven't seen anything so far that we've hated.
Yeah.
All living things are connected by the same thread. Some call it a force and claim to use it. But we know the thread is not a power you wield. Pull the thread, change everything. Block me.
So that's Mae. So Mae does seem more
Osha,
naturally
I
gifted.
expect more from you.
Doesn't feel like Osha actually particularly wants to be a part of it. So we knew there was going to be space witches because they were in the trailer.
Yeah.
What is
That-
troubling you, Osha?
That seemed to trouble
She's
some
nervous
people.
about tonight.
Is this true?
I don't know if I want to be a witch. Of course you want that. No, you want that.
Girls. The power of many instead of the power of one.
See, I don't hate
You
this.
want something different than
I don't
what
hate
is
it.
covered. But that is because you are young.
Different people interpreting the Force in their own ways. I mean,
The galaxy is not a place that welcomes women like us.
is that not bound to
Witches
happen?
who have the abilities we do.
And see again, you see that line there, what she said there, that this galaxy isn't welcoming women like us, right? On the surface, a lot of people could say, well, that's just typical woke nonsense. But it makes sense if this coven is purely female, all concentrating on the powers of the Force. There's nothing wrong with that so far. I haven't.
Well, the witches, I
How
mean,
many
witches
spice
aren't
creams are you
always.
gonna eat tonight?
I haven't. I
think
haven't
I'll
tried.
eat
Best light, I
at
think.
least 4. What are you drawing? Stop! Don't look. It isn't fair. I share everything with you. Everything I need is here.
So, that's quite interesting. Interesting dynamic. What is that? Is that 2 planets? So what do the Jedi want?
I wonder what the context is of the children. Were they maybe stolen? Is that what the Jedi are after them?
Maybe it's just... If this is the... I assume it's the Force that they're using, just their interpretation of it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're worried about sort of strong Force users. Especially if they're kidnapping children.
It's the thing, isn't it? There's no men, so they have to assume they come to them or they take them in somewhere.
Tonight we enact a ceremony we have not performed since our exile. We were hunted, persecuted, forced into hiding, all because some would consider our power dark. The gift of life!
Oh, no, I'm not sure if I like that. Are they hint...
What?
Gift of life. They didn't kidnap them. They didn't come to them. There's no men there, so I assume they weren't procreated. They're not going to be Force children, are they?
Come, claim your destiny.
No.
Because I don't know how I feel about that. So they call the Force
The
the
thread.
thread.
Oh.
I thought it was a moon.
Maeho and Osha, do you vow upon my death to protect the secrets of our coven and continue our legacy?
I do.
They got very nice. Oh, look.
That's why she had it.
Ascend.
Is Osha going to do it?
You haven't seen if Osha has one of them, do you? Have we?
I don't think she's going to want to do it. We know she goes to the
Osha
Jedi.
and Osha,
Do not move. Do not make a sound.
put
Yeah.
down your weapons.
Bows and arrows against the Jedi. That's going to work, isn't
No
it?
violence.
Oh. It's the 4 of them. Names? He's got a Padawan braid.
Good evening. These women are under my protection.
You're trespassing.
Forgive our intrusion. We thought this planet was uninhabited.
The all-knowing Jedi were ignorant of their surroundings. I find that hard to believe.
We are concerned that you are training children. The Republic lost.
Brendok is not a part of the Republic.
There are no children here.
It's subtitles for the Wookiee.
Come out.
We know that something happens to Torben, because in the trailer his eyes went black, didn't they? Is there going to be a fight?
Well, in like the 10 years
What is your name?
difference?
Sure.
16.
16.
Osha. My name is Saul.
Where is their father?
They have no father.
They are. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Barking. It wasn't there this morning.
Just going to ignite his lightsaber. What colour lightsaber does Saul have? Blue.
I think so, yeah.
I think you would make a very good Jedi, Osha.
If you want your Padawan returned to his right mind, I suggest you all leave. Now.
Mama, I want to show them what you taught me. Please let me take the test.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Gather my advisors. We make our move tonight, while the moons are high.
Mother Coral, I urge you to remain calm.
One drop of Jedi blood, and the Republic would destroy us.
There are only 4 Jedi.
True.
Who would miss them? And what happens if the Jedi discover how you created them?
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like it. Oh no.
Has 2 outcomes.
Oh.
Pass or fail.
How will we know how to fail?
I don't know what they will ask you. But whatever's in your heart, you must say the opposite.
If we pass, they take us away. We never see Mama again. But we still hunt. That doesn't change.
From a certain point of view.
It's time. Come, my loves.
I'm saving it for the end. Save it for the end. The Jedi really upgrade in 100 years, don't they? Jedi starfighters are awesome.
I want to say what's in my heart.
Be interesting to see who starts the fire, because
Promise me.
She
Osha,
says it's Mae.
Osha believes it's Mae.
I promise.
But then Mae also thought that Osha was dead. And we theorised that maybe it's 2 sides.
Twisted the story.
Yeah,
Saul thought Mae had died as well. He was sure that Mae was dead.
yeah. And she was sure that Osha was dead. But was it the witches that did that? Or was it this Acolyte? And when do they make this Acolyte?
What are you doing?
She's taking a blood sample.
In this test, you
Testing
must
your blood
define
for
what
infections.
images appear on the testing screen. Tell us what you see.
A spaceship.
Correct.
That wasn't a
Ah.
Did someone tell you to fail this test?
Your
Busted!
family doesn't want to be separated from you.
What do you want, Osha? And I conceded you, Osha. I was very scared to leave my family. But when I joined the Jedi, I found out there were many other children like me.
There are other children there?
Thousands like us. Then you must have the courage to tell the truth.
We should continue the test.
Knocks it out the park. Who doesn't love a Wookiee?
Don't want to be a witch.
What's wrong with you?
Go and take a walk, Mae. Take a walk with Mother Coral. Now!
Mama! What's wrong with you? Mama! Mama!
Aggressive.
Anger leads to hate.
You get to make a choice, Osha. If you want to pull the thread, then pull it.
I'll never see you again.
You won't.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate
Leads to the dark side.
ugh,
I know I wrote it.
leads to suffering.
Be a Jedi, Mama.
Which leads to the dark side.
I do.
Oh dear.
Now go.
Oh, she's quite a good little actress, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, she has space dolls. I wonder if she got them at Space Smiths. Jeez. Did the Coven make her do that? Is this their way of protecting the Coven? That was what the Ascension thing was, wasn't it? Protect the...
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, that's really hit our claustrophobia. Now I know what a TV dinner feels like. That was my Bruce Willis. What was
Do
that?
you think maybe they faked their own deaths?
Maybe. Maybe. But maybe Mae really lost it.
What have you done? What have you done? Osha! Help me!
I got you.
So I wonder. It seemed like all of them were putting the force into her, which was called Anastasia, and she was sort of transferring it to them. Was it sort of like a self-sacrifice type thing? Were they all planning on giving their powers to them? So maybe
I think it was connecting them. I don't think it was putting the power into them.
I think it was, because part of it was, on my death will you guard this coven? Almost implying that she was going to die
As a result.
quite soon, yeah. So what if they didn't actually die? They all just gave their power to Mae instead of both of them.
Mae started a fire. It destroyed everything. It killed.
Mae.
Oh, see?
You have to go back.
There is nothing back there. You're
See?
safe on Coruscant.
They were dead already.
And if you wish,
The fire was happening around them.
train as my bottle.
God, he's a terrific actor. Is there anything to be taken away from this series? It's him.
You're going to be okay, Osha.
I liked him
There
as...
must be more to it, yeah.
I liked him as in Squid Games. I like him...
Never feel like this again.
I like him...
I promise.
Good pick for a Jedi.
So how did Tobin get... Because you could see in the background, it looks like his eye was scratched. How did that happen? It didn't show you.
Did they kill? Did they kill them, maybe?
How did she survive? She seems to blame the Jedi. Is it purely just because she blames them for taking her sister away?
Directed by Kogonada. Strange. Alright, let's get a few things out of the way first. Before we say anything, right, we are allowed to have our opinions. We're not going to debase ourselves by just jumping in with the crowd and pretending that we hate it for views.
Yeah.
Point of this reaction is we're not being political, we're not being whatever. Alright, we're being objective. We were objective with Ahsoka, we were objective with Kenobi, Tales of the Jedi, we were we've tried to be objective with everything.
We're just going to take an episode as an episode, just...
Because let's face it, when something gets however many thousand reviews, 2 episodes in, you can already tell that probably the majority of them are crap. No offence, everyone, just the way it is. Alright, you have to be objective with the show. Go on the journey. So, with that episode, that being said, episode, didn't mind it.
It was very slow again, though, I feel like.
Yeah, that's probably the big issue with it so far, isn't it? It's very slow.
The show as a whole, for me, it's been very slow.
Feels like it could have been maybe 1 or 2 episodes instead of 3. So
Like, I wouldn't have had all of that as one episode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe have if the plan is for her to continue her training, which was the impression I got in the last episode. Maybe have her kind of with Saul meditating, trying to, you know, connect back with the Force and have the flashbacks kind of interwoven. So the story can still progress in the current time, but you're still getting the information from the flashbacks.
As far as story goes, I know there was a few people that weren't very happy with the idea of space witches using the Force. I imagine there's probably not very many people happy that they don't call it the Force and call it something else. But at the end of the day, when you think that these Jedi are essentially space wizards who, you know, they don't worship the Force, but they essentially interpret the Force in their way and they use it to wield magic and whatever. It's the same thing as religion. It doesn't particularly matter. It's someone else's interpretation. It's a big, huge, wide galaxy. There's going to be people who interpret it in different ways.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me nearly as much as the idea that they were Force created. I don't like that.
I know, because
that's the only thing that really has rubbed me the wrong way so far.
Well, because that was the whole thing of the Chosen One, wasn't it? It was meant to be like the singular, kind of special being that like would, you know what I mean? That was like a big part of it. So why all of a sudden is there now 2 other Force-created children?
Just for context, obviously we have things called Legends now, which wasn't canon before, but it was called the Extended Universe. With books and stuff. In the book for Darth Plagueis, it's him that creates Anakin. Him and Palpatine essentially create Anakin. Because what they do is they spend all these years doing experiments and fiddling with midichlorians, you know. Plagueis to try and prolong life, that's his thing, you know, that's what Palpatine says. But what they say that the Force flows in a particular direction because it's the good. The flow is that it works for good. So what they try to do is they try to reverse it so that it goes in the opposite way, which is obviously bad, evil. And it doesn't say that it does, but them doing that creates Anakin. That's what creates Anakin, to bring that balance. That's why Anakin gets created by the Force. I don't say they could even explain this away by saying this is some ancient magic that they just experimented, just happened to work by accident completely. Then these witches all die, their ways are lost, you know, and
even if they didn't go down the route of it being the Force, because I thought they would just be witches, kind of like the Night Sisters, but just a bit different, maybe a different type. If it was more magic-y as opposed to the Force, or if they were just using the Force along their own magic, it seemed like, because you could see the line that she had created, couldn't you? And when she was doing the ritual, and you could see that this purple hue that she was kind of putting into Mae. If the implication was it was more magic as opposed to Force, and they just so happened to be Force sensitive. I don't know. I didn't particularly like that, though.
It's just, it kind of dilutes Anakin's importance.
And, like,
that he's created from the Force. He's essentially Jesus, isn't he? That's the comparison that everyone draws with him, is that he is Jesus. Him turning to the dark side is him dying, and then he's resurrected as Anakin again to
bring balance.
Bring balance is essentially, it's the Jesus story. And having not only just one, but 2 of them are created, and that they just make it so haphazard. It's like,
as if it's nothing.
Yeah, like I created her. It's like, well,
but it's like, what's the purpose? Because the whole point of Anakin is he's going to bring balance to the Force. That's his purpose. That's why he was created. But so what is their purpose? I hope they have one, because if it's just a case of just the mother just created.
You know what? I had a feeling that was going to happen. As soon as I saw that there was no men there, I was like, right, okay, they're not procreating. They're not saying that they take children. They're not saying that they have to take volunteers. I was like, how are they going to explain these children being there?
I thought the implication was that they were stealing them, like the Jedi.
See, I wouldn't have even minded that. Because then that would have given the Jedi a reason to
go after them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I think that's as people, because people might dislike us for our opinions now, but so far my only complaint has been that it's really slow, and that I don't like the Force created. It kind of defeats the purpose of Anakin.
I mean, so is the implication that that's happened before for them, for the witches? Because she said there's no, the ritual was a ritual they hadn't done in a very long time, and they were blessed with life.
So maybe they've done the ritual before, just not to. They just never had that before. Them kind of people before.
Yeah, it would make it even worse for me if that was just
If
how
they were just keeping on doing it, yeah. I hope they do, I hope they don't. They seem to really stress how important them two were. I suppose the question now is, did the Coven actually die? Well, one, did the Coven die? Two, how did they die? Because if that when that fire was happening, they were all already dead. You know, Mae, Osha, or whatever she was called, she was dead well before that fire started. So was the Ascension all of them killing themselves to give them two all the power, but because Osha and the Coral, was she called?
Coral.
Because they knew Osha wanted to go and be a Jedi, they thought, we'll not give her the powers, we'll just give all our powers to Mae.
I don't know.
But because it's the Force, it does also explain why Mae is the way that she is. She's very angry, she's very spiteful, she's hateful. She's edging closer to the dark side.
Yeah.
If it is the Force, which we assume it is.
There must be more to it. That seems like it's children's point of view. I'm waiting for the Jedi point of view, because we didn't see how Torben got his eye cut.
Yeah.
He felt guilty. Like, he apologised to Mae like he was somehow involved. There's obviously something else. Like, when Mae was getting taken out, maybe Coral maybe attacked the Jedi, or maybe they attacked her, and he might have killed Coral, and that's how Mae saw. Also, I don't know, something. There's got to be something else, because
Yeah, there's another point of view.
there's a reason why Torben killed himself. I don't think it's something as simple as
There's also a reason that Mae is so desperate to hunt them down.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as simple as they took Osha away. I don't think Torben would have just killed himself for, you know, your family died.
Did they kill the Jet? Did they kill the Coven?
That's the thing, though. There's got to be more to it, because I wouldn't be impressed if it was he just killed himself because he felt bad that her family died.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also interesting to find out when the Sith guy comes in.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, that was us reacting to the third episode of the Acolyte. Let us know what you think, please. For goodness sake, try and be nice. It's always walking on a very fine line with Star Wars. You either people completely agree with you, or people completely disagree with you and hate you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just talk. Let's discuss opinions. You know, if you're just going to put a comment on that says, oh, get more views, say, oh, it's garbage, when you've got literally no evidence that it's garbage. It hasn't been the worst thing that Disney's ever created. It's not, let's face it, it's not The Last Jedi. You know, it's been slow, and you especially have pointed that out numerous times. This has been the first real thing that we've disliked. And if your argument is that it's too woke, normally I would agree, but that point she made in that when she said there that the galaxy isn't kind to women like us, she doesn't mean women.
She means witches.
She means witches.
Which is known.
That's not
in
a
the Star Wars universe.
That's not a woke thing. That's just, you know, we weren't particularly nice to witches in now. You know, we're not. That's not a bad. They're not saying the galaxy is not nice to women. That's not what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all I'm saying is watch it and at least try and be objective. You know, because God, people are really struggling to do that nowadays. But like the video, subscribe, ding the bell, and notified when we upload. We upload almost every day. Anything else you want to say?
I agree with what you said earlier about the guy playing Saul being the standout.
He's awesome, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's been terrible. I don't think anyone's been like really bad.
No.
But I think, I do know his name. I know his name because I've been watching a lot of his interviews as well. But yeah, it's a really, really good pick for Saul. I like that. It's been great.
Do you think I was gonna mention it? I've just remembered the Force.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like how they're doing the Force in this? Because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the look or if it's the sound design for the Force, but it just feels different. I can't tell if I like it.
I like the philosophical part. I like Like, you know, I've said it before, I like the bit where he was training the younglings and he was saying the Force is going to be different to everyone, which ties in with this perfectly. I've just thought of that there. It ties in with this perfectly. People will see the Force differently.
Yeah.
As for the way they've actually been using the Force,
it feels a bit different.
It does feel different.
For me, it feels a bit jittery.
And
I don't know how to explain it. But it just, I don't know, and again, I don't know if it's the sound design. It has this weird, like, to it. Or if it's, like, actually, I don't know, if something feels off. And I can't quite place my finger on it. So maybe if you agree, you can let me know. But I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if they put maybe too much on the emphasis of the Force.
Yeah. As long as if and when we come to a lightsaber fight, as long as they don't use it too much, I don't care.
Yeah, just it's. Yeah, I can't. It's annoying because I can't place my finger on it, and I can't describe why it's like why I'm getting this weird like unsure and like I'm unsure about it. But
the thing is with this particular series is, you know how before when they quite obviously didn't plan for Darth Vader to be Luke's dad until they actually made the film.
Yeah.
So there's the bit where they kissed in the thing and it was all a bit awkward afterwards.
Yeah. And
there's the bit where Obi-Wan tells Luke that Darth Vader killed his dad, and then later on, because he quite obviously hadn't planned that far ahead, he says, well, what I told you was true from a certain point of view. It was kind of like, well, that's just a penis move. You know, just tell me the truth. You know, with this, they can get away with it. Quite a few bits of, like, whatever. There might be poor storytelling, there might be poor sound design, whatever, poor Force using. You can sort of sweep it under the rug with, it's a different time.
Yeah, it's all that.
Yeah, they can get away with it. So I'm trying not to be hypercritical of everything. I'm not.
Yeah, it's just I just wanted to mainly know if you noticed it as well. It feels different.
I've noticed the sound, but then I always quite enjoy the sound design when it comes to Star Wars productions. I think the sound design's always really good.
Yeah, it's just different. You know what I mean? It for me, the Force before it always kind of flawed. It felt like it was just, you know. Whereas there's something about it that just makes me feel like it's a bit jittery. I can't describe it very well. Again, I might just be, I don't know, lose my mind, but...
No, okay.
Yeah.
Let us know if you agree. Is that it?
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
I need to know.